Welcome back to the show. Hope you're having a lovely Wednesday night. If you go through some tough issues or feeling a bit lonely tonight, things will get much better. Remember, there's always sunshine after the rain. And I know most of the viewers who watch the show are beautiful and love-orientated people, but if any backstabbers are watching, just remember whatever we do, say or think always has a corresponding effect on the universe. Cause, effect, cause, effect. It's as simple as that. That's the law of the universe. We don't even have to be religious to realise that. Whatever you put out there, if you put anger out there, anger will come back tenfold. If you start backstabbing people or shit-canning people at work, good things won't come to you. That's the way it works. I used to think, after school and you become an adult, you become a lawyer, it's all going to change. But I still get it now in the legal profession. I might be doing a court case and I hear people backstabbing in the back. Unfortunately, there's always going to be people out there who do that sort of nonsense, isn't there?
Yeah, there will be. You can't escape it. It's always going to be there, and no matter whether people speak out about it and it gets recognised, it's just going to pop up around another corner. It's not going to disappear.
No.
And you can speak out and you can say this happened to me and it traumatised me in this way, but a lot of people just generally don't care the effect it has on you and what it leads to for the future. You can't always escape it.
And it's good to just ignore those people, because if we turn that into those thoughts into mental monsters, it starts affecting our whole lives, doesn't it? And we start living in our thoughts, and then the people around us, we start having this negative attitude, and they might be around us and they think it's them who's causing that. So it's really a good idea just to put those thoughts in a rubbish bin, isn't it? And because what you went through was horrible. At the age of 15, you were introduced to the mental health system because of all those pressures.
Yep, and that just made the situation a whole lot worse, because as soon as people at school hear the term mental health system or psychiatric illness or antidepressants, it's just you're ridiculed even more. So the whole thing of getting introduced, it just makes the situation a whole lot worse. So it pretty much traumatised the rest of my school years, because I couldn't escape it. I was just classed as a psycho.
God bless you. And how long, a whole decade in the mental health system, in and out? Until
I tried to take my own life back in November 24th, 2009, I'd been in and out of the psych system. And even after attempting suicide, I had psychiatrists in hospital that looked after me and psychologists, but now finally free of it and just on my own and dealing with my own issues.
So 10 years of this stuff, of all these professionals trying to help you, did it help?
Okay, there are a few good people in the psych system, but most of them, no. It all seems to be, we'll give you a med to silence you, we'll give you a medication to numb you, something that will just shut you up, something that will not make you feel anything and make you put on weight. I put on 42 kilos and I lost it in hospital, probably not the best way to lose it, because I wasn't eating hospital food and it's not very nice, and I was in a wheelchair, so I couldn't move. But I lost all that weight since coming off the psych drugs and also in hospital and rehab. But they don't see the consequences of putting you on psych meds. It's going to maybe help your mental state, but it just makes you eat, and you just put on so much weight, and it just makes you feel worse about yourself.
Was there any violent people along that journey in the mental health system?
Yeah, there were a lot of people. Especially if you got secluded into a psych ward, if you got put into seclusion, they'd jab you with a needle so you'd not feel anything. You'd be asleep for 24 hours, and they gave you ECT and just tried to numb everything out of you. And even I got shoved against a table one time by a person in hospital because I was saying how I really felt about them not talking to me and just telling me everything will be okay.
I hear that a lot. It's rather than that loving and caring approach, they get used to their job. It almost becomes you just become like you're not a person anymore.
Yeah, you're not. You're just another number. You're just another number on the psych system, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's the dignity and respect in the psych system is lacking. You're not treated with anything. You're made to feel like you're inferior, that you're not worth anything, and you don't get the basic human rights that you deserve. Nothing really matters anymore to them. if as long as you're getting your medications and you've got a bed and you've got water and food, then that's all that really matters.
It sounds like rather than rearranging externals to find happiness, you really worked on yourself and your self-confidence, Amanda.
Yeah, I did. I think, I had to look inside myself to
How
find
did you do that?
something. I think I had to approach the demons and just face them and see that the trauma that's happened in my life, just face them and then work my way through them one by one to
Good on
find
you.
something inside of me.
And that's so important, viewers, isn't it? A lot of people try to find happiness through a rearrange of the externals in life, you know, the nicer car, the boyfriend, the girlfriend, and they always think they're going to be happier when this happens, when that happens, all this conditional happiness, but really the happiness is up and down like a prostitute's pants, because we get that partner, we get that house, we get the $1 million, and the mind always readjusts and we go back to the same state of happiness. So really it's an eternal job, you know, we're the CEOs of our own happiness, you could say, the masters of our own happiness. It's not our spouse, it's not our job, it's not society, it's not the backstabbers, it's not the people who compliment you, it's your own little chatterbox in there, isn't it? You're the CEO of your own happiness, and you've got to almost fake yourself into happiness in the mornings, don't you?
Yeah.
You've got to tell yourself that, hey, how you going? Talk to yourself in the mirror.
Yeah, you got to just talk to yourself and try and create it yourself and say, okay, the sun's shining, it may be raining, but it's still, you're still here.
Yeah,
still
people always say,
alive.
people always so negative, you know. I speak to people and they always talk about the weather. Oh, isn't it a crap day? It's raining. I always say, my little daughter was born on the 19th of November. It was a very, very rainy day, but it's a beautiful day.
Yep.
You know, people are always looking for the negative in life, but it's important to look at the positives in life, isn't it?
Yeah,
We're a very lucky
exactly.
country, aren't we?
We are so lucky. All the earthquakes and the floods up in Queensland and just the tsunamis, it's just crazy. And just be grateful for what you have, because you never really know when it's going to be taken away.
Good point. Amanda's got a good point. We never know when it's going to finish. Nostradamus might be right. Might be 2012 when it's all kaput and we're all gone. Who knows? It's not a joke. You know, let's have a look what's happening around the world. So appreciate every day. Forget about the past. The past is dead time. The future creates anxiety. Just today, this lovely Wednesday night. We'll be back very shortly on Tough Times Never Last. Don't go away.